Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 of the Las Vegas Challenge, the first stop on the Disc Golf Pro Tour in 2023. This is presented by Innova, and we are playing the Innova course today, really the premier course on the entire property. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker, and we are your two hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.
Why two hot geese? It's really just a joke that has gone too far, which could probably also just sum up our lives in general.
Stick around, you will find out. Trust us.
Thank you for joining us. We are watching Catrina Allen, really just having a stellar front nine, only one blemish. Rebecca Cox hanging in there, but checking out the leaderboard on the other side. Ella Hansen having an amazing round shooting up the leaderboard. Henna Blomroos staying in third. A ton of people under par. We're going to see, we are already seeing 5 downs, 8 downs. I'm curious what Catrina Allen can whip up and if anybody can catch her.
Yeah, with the calmer conditions, a lot is going on, a lot of movement.
Here's another eagleable par 5, hole 10 at 721 feet. So just like this overview shows, you can definitely get a shot all the way out there and then make it to the green and just kind of split it up into 2 370-ish shots, or whatever math is half of that. The first shot, you're just trying to get out of this kind of low ceiling tunnel. It's not a hard shot, but if you release early, you can definitely clip one of those trees.
And go out of bounds. There is some early out of bounds.
Oh, that's true. Should also mention the cart path on the right starts to get closer and closer as you get to the pin. Henna with a great first shot. Star Destroyer, obviously.
And everybody on the field knows that they can eagle this hole. So they're trying to go big here, but it is a little risky. Like Erika said, it's a tunnel shot. And so if you try to kind of stretch a little bit too far to the left to start that hyzer flip, you can definitely clip a tree, and then birdie's still in play. But everyone's like kind of hungry for the eagle here. Mm-hmm. Especially today we had a tailwind, so really nice wind. Wait, was it a tailwind?
No, it was a headwind.
It was a headwind.
Yeah. You could see Rebecca turned her disc a little bit too much and kind of takes the eagle out of play. Catrina throwing her SP Swirl Torrent and getting way out there as well.
Today was kind of strange. We had an opposite wind of what we usually have.
That is true.
When it's windy.
Totally. Holly looks a little bit early, but gets past all of the trees, except for that one. So the nice thing is if you mess up your drive a little bit, all you have to do is lay up in front of the green, and it leaves, maybe 150 feet as a pitch up. Oh, no. There's a bunker over there. Holly does check up, and honestly, she can still birdie.
Yep.
It's another one of those Las Vegas kind of strange, pars.
Rebecca's probably looking at, I would say, 350 feet,
more.
Maybe. Okay.
It's got to be 4 from there. She was a little early.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Way early.
But solid shot. I mean, she's maybe not even 100 feet left. Maybe she'll throw it in. I don't know.
Half the field getting a birdie or better on this hole.
Katrina probably at that 350, maybe even slightly closer range, and going downhill at it.
Hanging a hyzer way out wide, going towards that out of bounds cart path.
Wow.
And getting some good ground play. Man.
That's the second time we've seen, I think it's probably the same disc where she hangs it out really wide and trusts it, and it's right there for the eagle attempt.
Yeah, super reliable workhorse. Especially
on
these
name of the
skippy
disc?
greens. Yeah.
It's definitely not.
It's not. Henna not happy with it. Early out of her hand.
I mean, it's fine, right? Is it?
It's
All right. It's a little flirty. She shakes her head, but
it works out just fine.
She's got an eagle attempt as well.
Holly throwing her third shot to the green now, just trying to save the bird.
And Holly having a relatively decent round, except for the one hole where she just found too many out of bounds strokes. So she's looking to get some birdies on the back. There's plenty to get. She's up there 4-1 right now.
This course is interesting because you can really just pop off at any time. There
That's
are birdies
true.
to be had throughout the entire course. It's not like one or the other, front or back.
I do think the first 8 are, in my mind, easier. They're easier if you don't have that elite extra distance, I guess.
They're also easier if in the conditions that we have, because normally it's screaming headwind all the way back.
That's true. Eagle. Wow. Second eagle of the round.
With a little jump too. We love that.
That was a little jump. Maybe thinking about a heel click even. 2 eagles in 1 round. Wow.
Wow. Oh.
Henna low. Got to settle for the birdie.
There were 3 other eagles on the day. Ella Hansen, Stacy Ronsley, and Emily Beach finding the 3.
Holly with a nice solid putt for her birdie.
It's rare we get to list out all the eagles, so you bet your ass I'm going to.
Go for it.
And tapping in a birdie.
Yeah, star frame plus.
Hole 11, the downhill 357-foot par 3. They added this out of bounds line just to the left of that little drainage area. There's also an out of bounds line going all the way down the left-hand side where the grass is trimmed, wraps around behind with the cart path, but it's really hard to get back there because of those low-hanging tree branches. This one's one that you just want to throw something super straight and linear. A fairway driver works great. Might maybe see some fast mids. The straight shot is the way. There's not really a hyzer line. It's a little bit too pinched. And the turnover can get a little scary with that out of bounds drainage area.
Yeah, they added that this year. That used to be safe where Catrina just landed, but now that is out of bounds.
And she's going to have to take that way back.
That's...
Might be a re-tee.
No, you think so?
Not that. I don't know.
I guess we'll see what the card decides.
Watch very closely.
Not like you're getting paid.
It's not my job. It's not my job.
Henna with a very low line and does not get the favorable ground action she's looking for, but she is safe.
There's lots of little clumps and rocks on this particular green that do not let your disc go anywhere.
Clumps, huh?
Mm-hmm. Technical.
Yeah. Rebecca hanging it out.
Taking the most hyzery line you can take on the hole.
Yep.
Really pushing that right side.
And that's a good side of the fairway to land on because those willows aren't hanging too low, and you can give it a run from there from circle 2.
So at downhill 357, you think just like everyone would be giving themselves a putt, but only 16% of the field getting to circle 1 for a birdie.
It was more of a headwind than it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw what happened to Holly happen to a lot of people just overturning it. And you are right, Catrina's taking it way back here. Really no way to par, just looking at getting it close and trying to bogey.
Nice little forehand approach, a little higher than she wanted, but with this elevated basket, she should be able to avoid all those low-hanging tree branches. And a nice little standstill approach from Henna, her bread and butter.
Holly laying up for her bogey. Yeah, this one's kind of sneaky this year with that extra OB on the right.
Yeah, only 5 birdies on the day.
Oh, Rebecca giving it her best shot. Catrina with kind of tester range for the bogey. Ooh, squeaks it in the left side.
God, has she missed today?
It doesn't seem like it. I mean, she
No.
does have 2 bogeys on the scorecard, but she's still 7 down for the round.
The putt
she also has 2 eagles.
The putt is just so solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking very confident. Rebecca with a par. And Henna as well. Hole 12, you're teeing from out of bounds. If you don't cross, you need to go to the drop zone, right? I think And then otherwise it's normal OB for the cart path on the right. There's hazard bunker on the left. There's an OB golf green on the left. You're just looking to throw something kind of straight down the fairway that hyzers out to the left. You want to skip just past the left hill to try to get a putt. It says 363. I always feel like it plays a little longer, but
definitely does.
Maybe I just need to throw farther.
It might just be too because it's a kind of a pure hyzer line. It feels so sketchy to try to flex something out here.
That's true. You really don't see the flex come into play very often. This
you
is
can.
looking
It's
really
just
good from
so risky.
Henna.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a smash.
Yeah, I guess maybe it feels longer because you need to throw it 360 and then
Hyzer at the end.
hyzer at the end.
I'll just carry straight for 345.
Yeah. All of the ladies on this card can definitely get looks at this, though.
Most common error or landing zone is right on this side of that hill where we see Rebecca kind of skipping over. She got past it, though, but that's the most common landing zone.
If you hit that hill, it usually takes all the speed off of your disc. You really need to land on the little fairway area to get the ground play.
It's kind of a funny approach from over there too. You have to kind of throw over the lumps. It's a little bit blind, and the
lumps, clumps.
The green slopes away, so you can easily blow past the basket on your approach as well. Catrina putting so much spin on this disc.
Yeah.
It ramps up the hill.
Yeah, her form looks a little bit different, like her follow through.
I think I saw on social media that she did some form work in the off season. She's getting a lot of snap on that disc.
Yeah, it's looking great. Holly gets some air under this one. Hyzer's out just a little early, but it's fine up there as long as she stayed out of the bunk. Oh, she's in the bunker.
Wow, that's...
Oh, that looked like it barely trickled in. I thought she was okay. And this is a long look at a par save. Looks like very uncomfortable footing. It is a tailwind. Just slightly. And Holly just lays up.
Yeah, only about 80 feet from that bunker to the basket. Catrina flirting with that out of bounds as well. Giving it a soft bid.
Man, she was closer than I thought as well. Rebecca with an open-ish look. But
I love Rebecca's new little throw approach thing.
Yeah.
She did not used to have that. It looks great. It's very consistent.
Yeah, it's the same motion as her putting stroke, like the same wrist and finger action. It's looking really good.
And after watching these lead card ladies play this hole, it's no surprise there were no birdies on the day. This is a really tough one to get. It's not one that anyone's ever really banking on. But minimal errors as well, only 18% with a bogey or worse. So just kind of a filler hole.
Blah.
Eh.
The Savant is a little less overstable Thunderbird. So if you don't have quite the power to throw a Thunderbird, you can throw the Savant and you can throw it farther.
Hole 13, 375 feet, another kind of funny filler hole for the FPO division. It's straight uphill, like steeply, absurdly uphill. And then you want to carry straight for about 200 feet with an out-of-bounds bunker just before the basket. There is out-of-bounds if you push too far straight where those weeping willows are. You'll see when we switch the camera around, and there's an out-of-bounds line all the way down the left-hand side as well that can come into play if you throw with too much hyzer angle off the tee.
If you don't cross in bounds, there is that drop zone right there, which is terrible. I've had to do it once before.
The drops? I didn't even know there was a drop zone.
It's only if you don't cross at all. Henna smashes one up there. She's kind of close to that left side OB, but no problem. I kind of like being on the left side to approach because you can kind of throw a hyzer to the pin instead of straight at it. Rebecca with a nice shot as well.
Yeah, it definitely takes the bunker out of play a little bit more.
Let's see, that was a grace from Rebecca. Thunderbird from Henna.
Oh, I didn't even realize this was a par 4 this year.
Yeah.
I talked about it like it was a 3.
It was a 4 last year as well. But it doesn't change that it's
Tweenery.
a tweener. I mean, it probably should be a 3, but then no one would get it. Catrina with a decent shot with that Hurricane, the Andrew Marweed Tour Series. And this looks good from Holly as well. Everyone's set up nicely.
Yeah, everyone landing in that about 100-foot range from the pin. It is kind of a scary approach here. Take some focus to not land too far past the basket and leave yourself a death putt, but not just plunk it right into the hazard.
Ooh. Good line from Holly. Lands about 15 feet away.
Catrina with a little soft bid. And it slows down just outside the bullseye. 68% of the field getting a birdie here. That is high.
Oh.
What a nice little bid from Rebecca.
Man, look how far Henna is.
Oh, that's the closest I've seen anyone.
Yeah, was she inside circle too? It looked like it. Give me the stats.
It's hard to say.
Oh no, dang. Holly kind of chaining out of that one. Just not quite getting her round going. A lot of ups and downs. Catrina getting back on that birdie train. I believe that gets her back to 8 down on the round.
And Henna finding some green as well for her scorecard. Rebecca will take the third birdie on the card. And Holly with the bogey. Hole 14.
Yeah, par 5, 777 feet. You are just trying to get one out here as far as you can across the cart path. And then this is also an eagleable one. Just, looking at the distance, it's a little bit tougher. That golf green really comes into play on the second shot if you don't fully commit. You see a lot of women just playing this one for birdie, kind of laying up short of the green on their second shot. There's that cart path the entire time that is out of bounds as well.
So while the eagle is in play here, it requires 2 very aggressive shots. You have to cut the corner here, like we see Henna doing really well with a hyzer that pushes as far left as you can. And then the second shot, like Erika said, you have to almost just play skipping off the golf green. The basket is perched on a very precarious hill as well, sloping in front of and behind the basket very steeply, so it makes for some rough putting. Almost doesn't seem worth it to me to go for it, but I know
you don't throw as far as them.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out.
Neither do
Erika.
I. So
we have 2 sassy geese in here right now. It was really nice conditions though to go for it if you can throw far like them and not me. Catrina airing it out.
Yeah, look how far it is. It's so good.
Holly working the flex line instead. Oh, I thought it was a flex. Yeah.
Out early and out of bounds.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is that a really overstable disc, maybe?
Maybe just a little early as well.
Yeah, trying to bite off a little bit too much on that corner.
If you hyzer out early, you can find that cart path
really quickly. Rebecca more on the right side. No way to go for the green here. She's got about 350 feet just to get to the green. Maybe a little more than that even.
Yeah, she throws, I think that's her grace up there pretty far. And that tree is kind of like my marker of you want to be at least past that to have a comfortable, relatively, routine approach.
Yeah, that's about 275 feet from the pin, that tree.
Holly throwing 3 with the out of bounds stroke. Now on the right side of the fairway. Hopefully she can save her par with a good approach. And Catrina got to be going for it.
Yeah, she's lining it up.
What do you think distance-wise? 350?
Yeah,
360?
I think more than that. Yeah, 360, 375. Oh, nope, maybe not lining it up. Yeah, I think it had to have been pretty far.
I don't think there's anything wrong with laying up for the easy birdie, though.
I mean, to break this hole in half, it's
the first
every
shot
bit of 400
is
feet.
pretty tough, I think, to get really well placed. Henna, I'm I'm not sure if she was going for it or just trying to get pretty close. There's a fair amount of room on that left side.
Maybe that was a way of being aggressive while not
safely aggressive.
Yep, and working up that left side. But it brings some trees into play that make it really tough to putt if you're short in any way.
Easy layup though. Mm-hmm. Rebecca's third.
She's definitely looking to go across here.
Man, that's still fairly far.
Oh, no,
And that's early, I think. She was lying up the way her body was.
And maybe she was trying to cheat up that left side as well. That's not something I've ever considered doing. It seems risky too.
I don't think it was intentional, personally.
Okay. You think it was just an early release?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't lying. Yeah, she trickles OB as well, which is unfortunate.
Holly
and
early.
Again, there's also a tailwind too. So any mistake in the tailwind is going to be exaggerated.
Yeah, these seem weirdly early.
Yeah.
Catrina throwing across the green, and she'll be just outside the bullseye for her birdie.
About 20 feet. Rebecca throwing 5 with the OB stroke. Has a lot of branches in her way and chooses to lay up, take the bogey. Henna. This is her third, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Line it. Oh, no. Nice little pitch up. It's a super death putt. It drops off so steeply behind this basket with some out of bounds. There were 42% of the field with a birdie or better, and we also had 2 eagles on the day. Ella Hansen and Haley King.
Oh, nice. I played with Haley last year, and she got it as well. I know at least one round.
Yep. I think you got to be so aggressive on the tee shot. It's like uncomfortably cutting off the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Catrina taking a nice birdie, and she cut a little bit of the corner, but I think you're correct. You have to really hug that left side off the tee. Rebecca gonna take a bogey there. Henna with the tap in birdie, and Henna's starting to stack them up now on the back 9. I believe that puts her to 4 under on the round.
Respectable. Hole 15. Normally a ripping headwind. It was so bizarre playing this hole with not a headwind. There's out of bounds on the cart path all the way down the short side. If you don't cross, there is a drop zone. Another kind of weird tweener hole, a par 3 at 439 with a turnover line. It's just not one that many people are going to be able to get unless you have a really sick, nasty roller.
I've seen Paige Pierce get it with an air shot once.
Oh my God, that's so impressive.
It was unbelievable.
I think I watched Ella throw a roller at it before.
Cool. Ella's rollers are, the way she does it is so fun to watch.
The basket's kind of in a bowl, so it makes it for a really fun approach and kind of a safe putt. It's nice because this drive can be a little scary with normal Vegas conditions, but today it was pretty straightforward.
That's a huge shot.
Wow.
That's a destroyer. She got it to turn and gets all the way to that tree.
Oh my God.
Maybe we're going to see the second birdie that's ever happened. I'm just kidding. There's been more, but there's very few.
That's over 400 feet on an Anheuser line. That just is blowing my mind.
I bet the amount of birdies for FPO on this hole is like, you can count on one hand.
Okay. It's definitely one of the lowers. 4th most difficult hole of the day, with 44% of the field getting a bogey or worse.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I think it's this tee shot. It's so easy to want to try to bite off a bunch of distance, but in reality, you just need to throw something straight.
And trust your approach.
Yeah, because you're not gonna get there.
And what
most of us.
Rebecca just did is a common mistake, trying to maybe overpower it, releasing a little late, playing with the right side, and she does end up out of bounds, unfortunately.
You can also hyzer out if you don't turn it over enough and get a big skip and find the cart path on the left pretty easily. And I'm sure that was the 2 common errors here.
That was a nice placement shot from Holly, not getting too greedy, trusting herself on the upshot. And Rebecca's out of bounds pretty early here and doesn't turn that one either.
Man, that is such a tough approach without a forehand.
Mm-hmm. And again, slight tailwind this entire back since we turned around at 12.
The wind picked up nicely.
Yeah, it was nothing crazy. I think it was like 8 to 12 in there, but enough to think about.
Holly buzzing the green and going over into circle 2 long.
Catrina, a nice routine standstill approach. Worked. Beautiful.
Rebecca throwing
4.
Yep. And just chipping up into the bowl. Holly throwing her 3rd shot. Leaving it low. She'll have to settle for the bogey here. Henna, we just now get to her drive just outside the circle.
Oh, I want her to get this. Do it.
Oh, maybe just inside.
Dang it.
Oh, the only player to get to circle 1 in regulation. There was 1 drive into circle 1 and 1 into circle 2. Isn't that crazy?
No.
Out of 57. No, it's not crazy.
Look at the
all.
hole.
We got to watch one. Catrina taking the par. Henna also getting the par. And unfortunately, a couple bogeys will finish out the rest of our lead card today.
And Rebecca was, I believe, -1 at hole 13 and took the bogey. Now a double. Math makes her, let's just look at the screen.
Dropping down a little bit.
Let's see. What's
Missy
going on?
Gannon playing solid. Jessica Weiss climbing. Stacey Ronsley also way under par.
Haley King.
7 down.
Alexis Manahano. Ellen Winboom. Just a ton of, 5 to 8 under. You're up there too.
Lots of birdies. And hole 16.
Yeah, one of the longer par 5s at 888 feet. Definitely birdieable. Most ladies going to take the kind of right side gap in the trees and throw a hyzer and then lay up before the green, pitch across, and take the birdie. It's just that easy. There's an OB cart path on the left. There's water on the right. This one, you don't see the eagles really come into play. I'm sure we will, because I just said we don't. But, the other par 5s are in the 700 range. So this one's, at least 100 feet farther.
Yeah, this is the legit par 5.
And it's hard to get max distance off this tee shot because of the gaps in the trees. You usually see pure hyzers. There is, a flex line, but it's much riskier.
Yeah, this tee shot is kind of scary because you want to go big here. Maybe try to get that birdie.
So this is the typical gap I was talking about.
And look, that's like, 8 feet?
It
just feels so tight. And the trees are a little bit staggered.
That
so
one,
funny.
I don't think feels so bad, but the left side really scares me. Which is what... Oh, no. Nope, I thought
I didn't
Holly
know
might be
people
lining
went
up.
on the left side gap. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's when people, I think, get really, really aggressive. You don't see it very often.
There is an OB line all the way down the right-hand side before you get to the water as well, and it is definitely pinched in more than years past. It's pretty tough to find on your first shot. You'd really have to yank one right, but it does come into play on the second.
Yeah, it definitely does. Starts to get narrower as you go. Holly's second shot.
It was fun to open up on this hole with the tailwind. Just I'm just used to kind of gritting my teeth on this final stretch, we're gonna make it through here.
Yeah,
we're just gonna we're just gonna par out. Today it was really nice to be able to go a little bigger.
Rebecca throwing a nice shot, a little past Holly. Not sure how far that last shot's going to be for them. Probably within 300, maybe closer to 250.
The basket in years prior was a little bit more centered past the green as well. They tucked it back to the right, really close to the out of bounds on the right-hand side. It makes the approach a little scary.
Yeah, and there's that willow that can, if you land in the branches, you can definitely have some tough putts. Henna going big here, getting pretty close to that green. I mean, she's, 50 feet past Catrina, who's 50 feet past the others. Holly, that's a pretty big shot still.
There is a way to still get some distance by not crossing the green. It looks like Holly. Oh,
No, she's going for it. I love it.
Heck yeah. Kind of bailing out just a
Nice.
little bit, not pushing that right side too hard.
I think she's just inside the circle or at least close. Great commitment from Holly.
Yep. Love that game plan. Yeah, you almost have to throw kind of a straight shot or a flex shot.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, that was some weird ground action.
Yeah, it landed just before the crest of the hill and got kind of an anti-skip to the right. Catrina much closer, likely able to throw a mid-range or even a putter from here.
This is where I would want to throw a forehand approach like, desperately. I think that's the play here, but Catrina's making that backhand work.
I mean, the forehand, the shape is definitely there, but like you said, the right side comes into play a little bit more than years past. Look at this. Great shot from Henna.
Man, she's good at those. They're so fun to watch.
And she's right there for another birdie.
32% of the field getting a birdie. And we have 3 out of 4 looks at birdie on our lead card.
This is what I was talking about, though, for Rebecca. You can see these wispies are in our way. Technical term.
Ooh. Solid bid. Just a little low on the cage.
That's going to be another bogey. Really kind of a rough stretch of 3 holes for Rebecca. She's going to be 3 over.
Holly putting towards out of bounds
Ooh,
really confidently and into the out of bounds, unfortunately.
Makes a comebacker for bogey.
Catrina from about 18 feet. Dead center.
Another birdie. Wow.
Oh my gosh. I mean, 2 eagles and just a zillion birdies. This is it's unbelievable. Absolutely shredding the course.
She's 10 down.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Is
Henna,
it?
It's great.
It's so
that's
good.
That's all I got. Henna carding the birdie as well.
And Henna's going to be 5 down with that.
What's up, everyone? Simon Lazat here. I want to give a quick shout out and thank you to everyone who's watched and enjoyed the new show Beyond Disc Golf here on JomezPro. If you've not watched the show yet, go check it out now. We have a merch restock, fresh shirts, fresh hats, and Jomez is running a 10% sale on their website, running through Monday night. Now back to the action.
Hole 17, another tunnely shot off the tee, but it opens up as you get past that initial cart path. It's out of bounds all the way down the left-hand side, and the right side has a tree line with no out of bounds line, but it can be rough to get out of there if you turn one over. This is a par 4 at 516 feet. Definitely birdieable. This is one that everyone kind of feels like it's necessary to get.
Par does not feel good on this one. Man, that's huge.
That's insane.
I mean, a lot of women are landing, you know, kind of in between that second and third little golf teeing area, or maybe on the third one, and she is so far past it. Cool.
Catrina getting some nice action on the disc as well, but unfortunately turned over. We'll see what she has to work with over there.
Those trees catch everything.
Yes,
I
they
guess
do.
you're not like, oh, maybe it'll get through as soon as you're over there. You're like, nope, no way.
The back door does not exist.
Holly turns one over into those trees as well, and
Ooh, she's going
that's
to be
a pretty
pinned.
unfavorable lie. Rebecca with that trusty grand grace.
Oh.
See if she can get off the bogey train here. Whoa,
Oh.
hits the stump.
Not the stump.
She can still birdie it though, with a big second shot.
Oh, man, that was
Brutal.
a full swing with lots of branches.
And honestly, that's still kind of a bad spot. That stump looks like it's in her run-up. Rebecca with a clear run-up. Let's see if she can attack.
What'd you say? What, 300 feet?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Beautiful.
What a great recovery shot. just outside the bullseye for birdie. Holly with another very technical lie.
Rests her extra disc on the stump.
She's looking to be around 300-ish feet as well. Turns it over a little bit too much, and she'll be in circle 2 for her birdie. Par.
Yeah.
Par.
Yep. Catrina lays hers up just a little bit short. And we're now to Henna's drive.
Oh my gosh. That is insane.
Yeah, she's really ripping on those destroyers really well, hitting all the right angles. And she's there for another birdie, and she's starting to catch up a little bit to Catrina, who's 10 down. This is to go 6 down, and Catrina's not necessarily in position to get another birdie. Holly gives it a good run and stays close. That'll be a bogey putt.
40% of the field getting a birdie on this hole, so it's kind of funny to see our lead card struggling just a bit, finding that green.
Catrina's been great with these straddle jumpers. Oh, comes up just an inch short for her birdie attempt.
But dead center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked good. She's rocking her new Squatch bag. I don't know if you've seen that. The colors are really pretty.
A nice birdie recovery from Rebecca.
Yeah, definitely great second shot.
Stump to bird.
That gets her to 2 over par on the round.
Holly, unfortunately, stacking up another bogey.
Yeah. Kind of a rough go. Just gotta grit your teeth, get through it. Come back, play your heart out tomorrow. 1 to go. Hole 18, very iconic par 5, 720 feet. This water on the right is obviously the main danger. You want to lay up kind of right before the sidewalk. The sidewalk isn't actually out of bounds. Where we saw it, it is a little bit more to the left. Second shot, you can go for it if you have a really strong arm and get the eagle. A lot of women are going to land right where this graphic shows and then pitch up a second time and just take the easy birdie. Going for it for eagle on the second shot is super dangerous.
Slightly uphill as well, so the distance doesn't quite account for that little nugget of knowledge. A lot of people going to do this type of shot off the tee, not trying to really grab that corner as much as you can.
Yeah, just kind of a soft hyzer, not trying to get crazy.
Even though if you look at an overhead map, it looks so straightforward from the tee, it's so scary because it drops off into the water and you can't quite get the depth perception of where it starts to drop off.
Yeah, I think one of the most common mistakes you see is someone, trying to throw it a little bit harder and you throw straight out the water thinking it's going to hyzer out in time and then you end up landing in the water. It's very deceptive.
And if you play safe, you can very easily skip to the cart path left as well. So these little kind of dumpy, low spin hyzers are the play.
Yeah, it might look boring, but it's really smart. This is in danger.
Looks aggressive.
Yeah.
It is aggressive.
She'll still have a chance to save her par with 2 good shots. This one's a bit of a scary approach. It's pretty narrow unless you can clear the water. You see a lot of women go towards this right side like Rebecca's doing. The risk is skipping into the water just like that. I personally like throwing a mid-range because then it bites down and it just kind of cuts the rest of the hole in 2.
Yeah, I like being a little bit more left like Henna is as well because it straightens the shot out, whereas Rebecca was kind of throwing at the water. Henna's far enough too that she might even be able to go past.
Yeah.
Yep, there she goes. Just past that little pond.
Beautiful shot.
Catrina is definitely far enough to go past the pond. That green, though, does come into play quickly, so she's got to make sure not to throw anything that hyzer's too strong, but then she's going to take the big arm.
Way out right.
Big arm route.
Yeah, I keep wondering how intentional those really wide hyzer shots are, but it's pretty safe over there, especially with such a stable disc that she's throwing. Holly throwing 3 with the OB, kind of an awkward downhill run up, and it's turned a little bit more than I think she wanted.
That
But
was such a technical shot that
Yeah.
she executed really well. I mean, they're running down the hill and not letting it turn over or go left. Like, that was pretty crazy.
yeah, definitely in position to save her par as well.
Rebecca from throwing 4 from her second shot,
And
getting
actually-
up inside the circle.
That putt can be tough. There's a couple of low-hanging branches, so hopefully she has an open look at it. Holly leaves it a bit short.
So that's the play here, to kind of like skip up the green and land at the base of the little pedestal, but hers unfortunately gets a little
Kind of rolled
cut.
instead of skipped. Catrina going to a knee and laying up to, what, 28 feet? Something like that.
I didn't quite get the skip that you want there either.
Let's see if Henna can get it close. There is OB right behind it, so that's why you usually see people land a little short of it.
God, I love that shot. It's
I
so
know.
different from anyone else.
And
And I love how disc golf you can do that.
It never gets old watching it
Nope.
either.
Because no one does that.
Yeah. So Holly gonna lay up Catrina for another birdie to go 11 down.
Oh my gosh, I
Both this one and the last one look so close.
double
Have to
digits
settle
down.
for just a pedestrian 10 down. Rebecca for birdie. For par with the OB stroke.
Yep.
Gosh.
Still a good finish though. Although 47% of the field getting a birdie. It's one you want to get.
Yeah, Rebecca just had that stretch of 3 holes where she kind of went bogey, double, then bogey. Otherwise, like a relatively clean round. And Henna stacking up a turkey at the end to go 7 down. Really strong back 9.
Yep, that's one way to walk out. Holly, unfortunately, struggling big time on the back
Yeah.
9.
Wow, super clean. Look at Henna there.
Wow. Bogey free on the back. Let's check out the scoreboard. Catrina and Henna cement their way in, at 1 and 2. Missy and Ella sliding up into the 3 and 4 position. Jessica Weiss and Stacy Rawnsley just behind. Haley King as well. And Owen Scoggins tied at that 7th position.
It's
And
still
look, everyone's under par.
tight. Yeah, it's tomorrow we play the Infinite course again. It'll be cut day, so the top 50% will progress to the last day to get to play Innova one more time. That's gonna be a strong lead card tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting to watch. A lot of unleashed drives. I love watching Missy throw the Thrasher as well.
Oh yeah,
I think 29 people is the 50% cut. Is that right?
mathematically, yes.
I think that's what I saw the line on UDISC. Thank you guys for hanging out with us at round 2. We got 2 more to go. Thanks also to the Founders Club. You guys rule, but you already know that.
Yeah, thanks, Pulps.
Michael Munchie. It's hard to read the small letters, but we appreciate you guys so much. Thanks again. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot geese.
Honk.
Honk.